This one's for you, Morph. Welcome to T's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and I just did my best Wolverine impression. I don't know how well I did with all that, but I tried. But I was quoting Wolverine from the very first X-Men the Animated Series episode where they were fighting the Sentinels, and he thought they had lost Morph and everything, but they didn't. Morph put them through all types of stuff, folks. But here we have the Marvel Legends VHS X-Men, the animated series inspired action figures here in the form of Morph as well as Mystique. So both figures for me are huge, folks, because I have been wanting to Morph along with so many people out there who've been wanting Morph. You know, when you think of Morph, you think of X-Men animated series. And even Mystique. When I think of Mystique, I think of X-Men animated series. Ever since I started collecting, I was like, okay, as far as X-Men, you know, everybody, you know, of course, Wolverine, Cyclops, Professor Xavier, Colossus, you know, Storm, Jean Grey. Yeah, everybody, we all know we want those characters. But I always wanted Morph and Mystique as well. And Morph hadn't been revealed or released yet. So when they announced Morph, I was just through the roof with excitement because I was like, okay, finally getting not only a Morph, but a Morph based off the X-Men animated series. And then I was like, okay, I need a Mystique figure for my X-Men collection as well. The aftermarket, they've gone crazy with Mystique. It's really difficult to find certain Marvel Legends figures once they've been released. And after maybe a year or so, certain figures are very difficult to either find or purchase because they just charge way too much for them. And I ran into the same thing with Jubilee. So Jubilee was another figure I have from this line here, and I'll showcase her really soon. But yeah, I'm just really happy to have both of these figures because I really needed and wanted specifically these characters for my X-Men collection. So I'm old school, folks. I'm from the 80s and 90s. So this is up my alley here. You know, VHS tapes. You know, I grew up in that era, folks. Yes, I grew up in the era where we didn't have streaming. We didn't have all those cell phones, and we didn't have Twitter. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have all these things that they have now that's so, you know, just so instantaneous, just right away. Right here, this is a VHS tape of Transformers the Animated Series. So this is what we had back in the day. This is what we got back in the day. So this is it. This is how they look. This is where I don't think did I rewind this thing? But yeah, this is what we had, folks. I mean, we had Blockbuster and all that, and you know, just all this takes me back to that. You know, the side here we have, you know, just in the spirit of the old VHS tapes, you know, little wordings here, but this is Marvel Legends here, and you know, the pictures of the X-Men animated series characters here. And this harkens back to the actual VHS X-Men animated series VHS tapes. I don't have any of those. I've rented them from Blockbuster before. I wish we had Blockbuster. I miss those days. But it really all harkens back to that. The colors are just beautiful with the packaging. I'm not a fan of, you know, Marvel Legends, you know, going more towards the box, you know, for the packaging as opposed to the, you know, the plastic displays. But this works right here. The box, you know, works, you know, for this particular wave, you know. And again, you see here, we have each figure on the back of the package. Here we have Morph, and he has his little bio. You know, here we have the mutant shapeshifter Morph returns to haunt the X-Men after being captured and manipulated by Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister ain't cool, man. He need to leave people alone. He's always messing with Morph, or he's messing with Jean Grey and Cyclops. And then here we got Miss Mystique here, and I mean, I'm excited to have this figure here, man, because I've been wanting Mystique, and here we have yet another. I didn't think going into this review, didn't dawn on me that both of these characters are shapeshifters until now. I'm going, okay, I got two shapeshifters that I'm reviewing because we have yet another shapeshifter. So we got the mutant shapeshifter known only as Mystique uses her powers to infiltrate and undermine the X-Men. And of course, for those of you who do not know, Mystique is the mother of Nightcrawler, and she is also I guess she's the actual mother of Rogue, I believe. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, that X-Men animated series was just off the charts. It was epic. It was groundbreaking. It was like one of the greatest animated series ever. I'm gonna stop babbling, and we're gonna get both of these figures out of the packaging, and we're gonna check them out. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so we got Morph out of the packaging. We're gonna start off with him first, and let's take a look at what he comes with. So Morph comes with this swappable head, which looks awesome. This is exactly what he looked like when he was under the influence of Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister put him through some stuff, man. I tell you, man, hey, it wasn't cool, man. I mean, brainwashing Morph and everything, but in the end, Morph broke out of it, and he became an X-Man once again. Did a good job with the detail here with the eyes, the little shading underneath the eyes, a little crazy look that he has. They did a good job with that there. And then we also have, there's two gripping hands here that he's provided with as well. So those look really good. And then we have Morph. And now I'm gonna say this: this face sculpt doesn't look like Morph. Not exactly. I think it needed a little. I think this face needs to be a little thinned out to match what we see here. I think that I can see where they were going. I think they did a good job of capturing maybe the hair, but I think the face needs to be, I think the jaw area, the chin area needs to be a little longer, and the face needs to be a little sunken in to capture that morph look here. And I think maybe the head, I guess they got the head correct, but this face sculpt just does not hit all the way in terms of capturing that good guy morph look to him. And I think they definitely should have went with less of a serious look and more of that, happy-go-lucky look that he had, as Morph. When he was a good guy, he was always cracking jokes and changing into different X-Men characters. And that's another thing. I wish they would have added maybe a swappable head, maybe for maybe a Wolverine or somebody like that. But of course, if you're a Marvel Legends collector, you have many Wolverine figures. They come out with one every week, so you can put that with him. We'll test that out shortly. A lot of people are not a fan of the cel shaded animation, but I like it. It's all right. It's a part of what they were doing with this line here. But they did a good job here with the Cyclops jacket. The detail here in the legs look pretty cool. He has some boot swivel here. That's one of the many things about the Marvel Legends figures. The articulation is going to be really solid overall. You have thigh swivel. You have boot swivel here. Pinless double jointed knees here as well. I think he has single jointed elbows, but he has this little forearm swivel, which is pretty cool. Nice articulation in the hand area as well. So even with the jacket, you have some really decent articulation with this Morph figure. Or not decent, but really good articulation with the Morph figure. And he has the ab crunch, so you can go all the way down. So really good articulation with that as well. Nice articulation in the head area with the Morph figure and everything. Go all the way around. But again, man, this is a welcome, and I mean a welcome addition to my X-Men collection. The colors are definitely on point, very vibrant. That's the one thing the Marvel Legends team captured with these figures is the very vibrant colors with their Marvel characters. Again, throughout, nice color with the jacket and everything. It's the same jacket I think they utilized with the Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey 3-pack. But again, really happy to have this figure here. And let's swap out his head for the little bad guy look that he had. So now this looks like what Morph looked like when he was crazy, man, in the animated series. This is Morph right here from the animated series. This you don't want to mess with Morph when he like this. So yeah, this looks good, folks. So I like this. I like what they did with Morph, and I'll swap out his hands as well while we're at it. So swap out his hands. I put the wrong hand on here. Like I ain't never did this before, right? Oh my gosh. All right, so we got this here. We got that. All right. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love it. All right. Again, they did an excellent job with the face here. little darkness underneath, the shading underneath the eyes to show how he's the bad guy Morph and everything. But I love it. I love it. He looks really crazy, y'all. All right, Morph needs to get some sleep. All right, let's get on to the next character, folks. All right, and up next we have yet another shapeshifter in the form of Mystique. And again, man, I am extremely excited to finally have a Mystique in my Marvel Legends collection because I had no Mystique at all. So really happy to have this one here, especially a version that's tied to the X-Men animated series. First and foremost, she comes with this blaster here. So there's a little rifle gun that she comes with. Looks pretty cool. Nice design throughout. It's all pretty much like a gray, really light bluish color or whatnot. Really like this here overall. So she has a blaster here. And she also comes with yet another piece of weaponry in the form of some sort of a laser pistol here that she has. So Mystique can get down now. Mystique didn't play on the X-Men animated series. She could definitely hold her own. So she not only could shapeshift, but you know, she used all various weapons and everything, and she definitely had a lot of combat experience and all that stuff like that. She was definitely a problem on that series. And then the other accessory that she is packaged with is this baby Nightcrawler, but it's actually a baby Hulk. This was a part of that Old Man Logan and Old Man Hawkeye 2-pack that they had a year or so ago. I have that one, and this was actually baby Hulk. But they just painted it blue, and they painted the hair like a dark blue as well. So a little cheap way out of things, but this, hey, they just figured they wanted to reuse it. So yeah, I guess it works. So we have baby Nightcrawler / baby Hulk here, and then we have also 2 sets of swappable hands. So we have 2 swappable hands here for our Mystique figure. So 2 trigger holding hands for both her rifle blaster as well as her laser pistols. All right, so we have that, and then we also have the most important thing, Mystique. And Mystique looks pretty cool. I mean, I love it. Shell shading is all right. You know, hey, it is what it is. I think this line is good for people like myself who missed out on the standard versions of these characters, and if you're cool with the shell shading, then you'll be able to roll with this line. You know, I know some people have heard that some people did not like the shell shading. They even went so far as to utilizing some sort of paint remover to remove the shell shading. I'm not going to do all that. I mean, I'm cool with this. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but I'm just happy to have a character like this as a part of my collection. This looks great. This is what I needed for a Mystique character. You know, she has the red hair. She has the white eyes. You know, the little white outfit. A little nice little, is this a little skull belt? Yeah, little skulls around the belt here. You know, so she's going to be good articulation wise. She has that thigh swivel, boot swivel. Does she have boot swivel? Nope, she doesn't. Wow, no boot swivel. She has double jointed knees, so you can go all the way back, but no boot swivel for this. That's interesting. So no boot swivel. She has nice articulation here in the foot area. She has nice articulation in the wrists. Arms go all the way out to this way. She has this upper torso articulation here. No waist swivel. So interesting articulation for this character. You know, nice little rocking here back and forth. You know, you're not. It's like you can definitely put her in some definite poses here, but it's just interesting that she doesn't have, you know, waist swivel or anything like that. But at the same time, she is still very posable. You know, you have no issues posing Mystique around because, you know, you think of Mystique, she's an acrobat. You know, she's fierce. You know, in combat. You know, and everything. So she's sliding in and out of places. You know, she's the best at, you know, infiltrating different areas and everything. So you would think that she would be highly articulated, and she still is. She has some good articulation to her. So I'm just surprised no waist swivel, no boot swivel for this one. This figure here, very interesting. But again, she does have that thigh swivel, which is pretty cool. And again, head can go all the way around, even with the hair. Nothing deterring that. She can only look up so much, but she can look down, which is cool. So really solid figure. Articulation, Not as good as I thought it would be, but at the same time, really, really, really fun, cool figure to have as a part of my collection. All right, let's get on to the next. And here for comparison, along with our Morph and Mystique, I also have the Jubilee, which was also a part of that Marvel Legends VHS X-Men animated series collection. So I got Morph, got Jubilee, got Mystique, and I'm also going to be getting that Cyclops. So stay tuned. And here alongside our Morph figure with the crazy head swap, I have also from Marvel Legends, Mr. Sinister. And here we got a bit of a unusual family here with Rogue, who was, I guess, the adopted daughter of Mystique. And then you have Nightcrawler, who's actually Mystique's son. So it's a weird dynamic. But both figures are from Marvel Legends. And we're going to head on to the next. Oh, now I have been looking forward to putting these X-Men animated series figures together. I love this. All right, so to start off this super roll call, I have Storm. Then up next we have the Raging Cajun Gambit. Then we have the Strong Arm, Sassy Southern Rogue. Then we have the one and only Wolverine. Up next we have the fearless leader of the X-Men, Cyclops. Then we have Jean Grey, who you never know if she's going to turn into the Phoenix or not. And then to round out this team, we have the man behind the team, the founder of the X-Men, the one and only Professor Charles Xavier. And up next, we have a collection of really bad guys, and then sometimes anti-heroes, good guys. It's a mixture of the two. But we have all from Marvel Legends. Up first is Pyro, who is a bad guy for sure. Then we have the 20 years of Toy Biz, Toad, a real bad guy. Up next, we have the one and only Magneto. And then up next, we have his daughter, Scarlet Witch, as well as his son, Quicksilver. All right, folks, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed this review. I had a blast with these classic retro carded X-Men, the animated series, old VHS style tape action figures, man. I love it, folks. I mean, it takes me back to those days of watching my favorite animated series and TV shows, as well as recording old basketball games on my VHS tapes, man. It really takes me back. But I really enjoyed these figures here. And again, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to comment below, share your thoughts. Always look forward to interacting with you all. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Huge shout out, as always, to my subscribers. You are just true superheroes. Thank you so much for all of your support. And until next time, folks, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned, and let's all hope that the X-Men can save Morph from the evil grasp of Mr. Sinister, which I'm pretty sure they will. All right, folks. Until next time. Bye for now.